What's going on, social media socialites? This is a money making motivation episode slash Q&A slash impromptu video. And I'm going to be teaching basically on how to start a business, even if you have bad credit, business credit versus personal credit. So you guys know I hardly ever go live from the office. One, because I'm too busy, and two, you guys know how I am. I'm boisterous. I like to be loud, and I don't want to be disruptive. And today has been a really good day. I've been in the office all day today. The phone has been ringing off the hook. What's going on, Timmy P? How are you doing? Aku 86, how are you doing? What up, Aku 86? So I am hardly ever going live from my office, but today's been a really busy day. Been playing a lot of catch up. I'm actually about to open up some mail. And talk to you guys for a little bit. I have a meeting in the city in about an hour, so I want to, an hour and a half, so I want to maximize my time as much as possible. And just kind of do some housekeeping things before I head out. You guys know I'm going to be on the West Coast for a couple of weeks. With doing some training with the support team over there. So I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off today. And so I was like, you know what, let me maximize my time as much as possible and do that. So as you guys come in, I want you to hit the share button, and I want you to share this and let me know where you're sharing this from. Now, if you're watching this for the first time and you don't know, oh, it's nice. When you get an unexpected check in the mail, come on somebody, y'all ain't happy. Share this on Facebook and share this on Twitter. If you've never seen me before and you don't know who I am, my name is E.DeanCole, and I own DeanCole Financial. We are a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. That's what I do. And if you're watching live and you're watching this on the replay and you're like, this is weird, who is he talking to? Why does he keep touching the screen? This is a live, YouTube live. So this is a YouTube live, and when you are live on YouTube, then when you catch live, the difference between Facebook Live and YouTube Live is that on Facebook, you're able to see the comments, but on YouTube, you don't see the comments. So if you're watching this on the replay and you're like, Dean, I wanted to talk to you when you were in your office. I had some questions to ask. I just got a pre-approval in the mail from one of our lenders. Let's see. I'll show you guys one of the lenders if you guys want to see. Just got this in the mail, so you guys can see right here. This is one of our lenders, and they just tried to approve me for some funding. I got pre-approved a few. This is for $300,000. Your business hasn't been qualified for working capital program, $300,000. When I was getting financing to purchase my trucks, I went through some of our lenders, so I still get some pre-approvals in the mail from time to time. But nevertheless, if you're watching this for the first time and you're like, who is he talking to? Why don't he hurry up and get to the point? The whole thing is the point, okay? So this is a live video. Matter of fact, for the people who just want to see, this is live. Let me make sure I cover things up so you guys can see the dollar amount. Let me cover things up for the dollar amount so you guys can see. Hold on, for the people that's like, ooh. Let me show you so you guys can see. Let me cover this up. Boom. What'd I say? 300,000. Boom. 300,000. For the people that just care to see. And this is what we're talking about. So this is perfect. So this is perfect. I didn't know that I was gonna have this in the mail. Georgia business regulations affecting employees. So this is live. And you're like, well, Dean, hurry up and get to the point. Well, this is the point. So this is a live video, live Q&A style video. And the people that are watching live, they dictate the flow of the videos. So I'm going to answer some of these questions. I want you to go ahead and hit that share button. I know this is in the middle of the day, so I might not get many people at all. Boom. Dun & Bradstreet just messaged me. Just sent me an email. You guys know my office address, so you guys can see. This is my office address. You guys know my office address. It's open to the public. They're probably trying to get me to buy the business credit bill package, but I don't need it. Come on, like a second check in the mail from one of our vendors. I'm missing one though. Bam. Got two of them. Got two checks. I gotta set this. So, all right. So before I get into this, a quick housekeeping. If you are a client of mine and you called today and we had a consultation, today has been a crazy day. Like I said, I've been out of pocket, handling a lot of things. Also, secondly, see what Dun & Bradstreet talking about. Secondly, you guys know that Octavia is no longer with us. So when you call into the office, you would either get Octavia or you would get Keenan. Well, Keenan is still with us and she's going strong. And now Michaela has joined the team today. So Michaela is either Michaela or Keenan that will be answering the calls today. And I am about to get into this. I know this is, if you're watching this for the first time, you're like, who is this guy and all this other stuff. I'm about to get into it in a moment. So I own DCFI. We are a consulting firm. I own DCFI, a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. I know I've said that already. I'm about to get into my groove. But anyway, and so I'm going to be teaching about the difference. I'll be teaching the difference between business credit and personal credit. So if you're watching this and you are watching this on the replay, I want you to interact as well. Company. Yeah, they're trying to get me to buy the business credit builder package. Customer has requested you. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this. Boom, 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 and let's go live. So you guys did all the sharing. You shared it everywhere. I'm not going to be extremely live. Like last night, I did a 2-hour live teaching about credit repair for free credit repair, and talking about Equifax. Today's been a busy day because of yesterday. The phone was ringing off the hooks, trying to get Michaela up to speed, ripping and running, trying to do what I got to do before I leave, going out of town, meetings. Like I said, I'm about to be out of pocket for 2 weeks. And when I leave here, I have to go meet with my realtor. I might be going into a condo when I come back. So we shall see. But nevertheless, let's get into this. So let's see who is all in the building. And thank you so much for sharing. We have Timmy P is in the building. What's going on, Timmy P? Oku 86 is in the building. How you doing? All right. The boy EJ is in the building. How are you doing, my man? We got Trucker. Juice Dre says big ups to Great Cole. Thank you very much, Trucker. Juicy Dre, I appreciate that. Mr. Cole, Jesus. Jesus Luna. Hey, Jesus, how are you doing today, sir? So Phoenix Port Driver is also Jesus. Jesus Luna happens to be a client of mine. Thank you for letting me know that, Jesus. That's good stuff. All right, is your office in Sandy Springs? Yes, it is. A cool 86, it sure is. Is AA Industries a good trucking company name? AA Industries is a very good trucking company name. I like that. I like that, Bruce. That's a very good name. All right, ABC says, Mr. Cole, greetings, brother. God bless you. God bless you real good. I believe I received that. Thanks for sharing your testimony. Very inspiring. You're very, very welcome, ABC. All right, we got Margot 7 says, hi, Dean. Hey, Margot, how are you doing? Do y'all see anything? My video isn't playing. Okay, that's an issue that you're having. All right, what's up, Dean? Julius is in the building. Definitely got to thank you, Miss Patricia. All right, thank you very much. D is in the building. Julio's. All right, I got an AU. Your score is like 660 now. Awesome, good stuff. Julius, congratulations, my man. What did your score start off at, if you don't mind sharing this? All right, what's next? Okay, we're going to talk about that, Julius. We're going to talk about that. Let's see. All right, so Jesus says you applied for your Dun& Bradstreet last night. As for your business, was the residential or commercial? I put residential. Hopefully you were right. You were correct, Jesus. Good job on that. You followed the course. Good job, Jesus. You did the right thing. Do I work with out-of-state people? Yes. Trucking with Blue Money. I work with clients all over the continental U.S. Most of my clients are all over the U.S. Like Jesus is, I think Jesus, you're in San Diego or I'm in Atlanta, and Jesus Luna, I think we were talking on the phone. Are you in San Diego or Santa Clara? Or are you in Santa Monica? I remember S-A-N. I know you're on the West Coast. That's why I'm headed to the West Coast. Not to see Jesus specifically, but I have to do some support on the West Coast. I'm in Georgia. Where you at in Atlanta, Julios? Right now I'm in my office in Sandy Springs. My office is in the Queen Building. All right. And it was great information. You're very welcome, Aku86. All right, nice tie, good bro. Thank you very much. That is Joffrey Johnson. I appreciate that, Joffrey. I really appreciate that. What's going on, Brother Dean? I am winning. Armand Lindsay, I really appreciate that. Renee is in the building. Hey, Renee, how are you doing? What's good, Mr. Cole? Garnell Wrighton is in the building, client of mine. Hey, Garnell, how are you, sir? Okay, Kay is in the building. Good stuff. All right, good stuff. Okay, I see a lot of you guys in the building. Hey, Ray, how are you doing today? You enjoyed the live last night. Thank you so much, Ray. I really appreciate that. You just stepped in, Fresh Air Brown. Congratulations, my man. Okay, so let's get to the meat of the matter. Now, I know there was a big intro, so I will do a timestamp on the replay. So there's going to be a table of contents on this video because that was a real big intro. So you guys saw that I just got a pre-approval for $300,000 for our firm, and I got a couple checks in the mail. Praise God for that. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So we're going to talk about how to start a business when you have bad credit. We're going to talk about bad personal credit versus business credit. Now, how many of you guys, even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to interact. I want you to make a mind muscle connection with me, okay? So how many of you guys that are watching this thinks that you have to have A1 credit in order to build business credit? If you do say, if you've heard that before, I want you to say heard it. If you never heard it before, I want you to say never have. All right, like I said, this is, if you're watching this for the first time and you've never experienced one of my lives, it is very interactive. It's not like anything you've ever seen before. So you guys dictate this. All right, so Rob says heard it. All right, Founder P says heard it. Ray says heard it. Kevin says heard it. Shannon says heard it. Now, it is a miscalculated assumption because unfortunately, a lot of us are educated by uneducated people. All right, and I did a post on Facebook today and Instagram. I was throwing a little bit of shade, and it was a picture of Malachi Love, the young boy who said he was a doctor, right? And when the young boy who said he was a doctor, and he was pretending to be a doctor. You guys remember Malachi, who was pretending to be a doctor? And in the post that I did, it said, "Why would you trust someone to do surgery on you, and all they've done is watch YouTube videos and Googled how to do surgery? Like, why would you let why would you let someone do surgery on you and they're not a licensed professional?" And then I said the same thing about business credit, same thing about personal credit and credit development. And so if you're watching this, look at the links in the description. It'll take you to my Instagram and my Facebook. They're both open, and you'll be able to see the post that I did. But nevertheless, so we are educated by uneducated people. The reason why I know, now this is the thing, guys, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I've always had the spirit of a free man. But my ideal job was to retire from Wells Fargo. Like, that was my ideal job. One of my best friends is still an area manager right now with Wells Fargo. And so my ideal job was to get the gold watch, to retire, and get the gold watch. But then I came to myself and realized, why am I laboring to make Wells Fargo rich? Why don't I step out on faith and do it myself? So I wrote my first book and became a #1 bestseller. And I said all of that to say this: for the years of experience and the training that I've gotten in banking and finance with modification training, credit repair training, all of that these Fortune 50 companies put me through, I decided to step out on faith and start my consulting firm. And so I said all that to say is that one of the first things I have to do is re-educate people. Because most people, they swear they know it, and not in a bad way. It's just that so many people have said it. So many people have said it over and over again. It becomes somewhat like an urban myth. That's the best way to describe it. It is an urban myth that you have to have A1 personal perfect credit in order to start a business. So you're able to actually build business credit that is 100% completely separate from your personal credit. Yes, if you build your business up the proper way, you will separate yourself so that you never have to do a personal guarantee. This approval that I got, this is one of our private lenders. There you go. They approved me based on my business credit, no credit card, no personal credit information at all. They approved me. They approved the business. They approved the business. They approved the business. I'll show you again. Boom. Even though it says my name on it, you see that? It has the business name on it too. DCFI LLC. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. DCFI LLC. All right, so they approved the business, not me. So I said all of that to say that when you build your business the proper way, you do not need to have great credit in order to build a business or start a business. Now, you can't do it broke though. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, I'm gonna give it to you all the way straight. It takes money to make money. You guys know that, right? So if you know that it takes money to make money, I want you to say know it. If you know that it takes money to make money, I want you to say know it. All right? Like I said, this is interactive. Even if you're watching this on the replay, if you're watching this on Facebook and you're watching this on the replay, I want you to interact with me and let me know that you're watching me. Okay, awesome. So Rob says know it. Hello, Shelly. How are you doing, Shelly? You always have to educate or educate the masses. Yes, Joffrey, you always have to re-educate the masses. All right. Shelly is in the building. Rob says know it. Liz says know it. Ray says know it. Tony says know it. Trucker says, Trucker DeRay says know it. Brooklyn 91 says know it. Awesome. 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 Thank you for participating with me. Thank you so much for watching with me. Yes, know it. So it does take money to make money, but money is not the same thing as millions, okay? You're able to build your business up the proper way. And I'm going to do a separate video to show you how how to flip $500. No, let me be wrong. I'm gonna show you how to flip $500 into $50,000 of business credit. I'm gonna do a completely separate video on that, on how you're able to flip $500 into $50,000 in business credit. All it takes is $500 to get started. Now, so this is the thing. So I hear some of you guys saying, well, Dean, listen, I'm struggling right now. I'm working at McDonald's, or I'm driving company. I'm only making like 50 cents a mile, or I am homeless right now on my mom's couch or on my girlfriend's couch, or I'm just working a dead-end job 9 to 5. I don't have $500. Guess what? You don't have $500, but you can get $500. The first thing that you need to do, if you want to be able to build a business or start a business and you have bad credit, is to get at least $500. All right? And I'm going to give you and tell you the reason why. I'm going to go into more detail on a separate video, but the reason why you need at least $500 is for the startup expenses. You're going to need and the reason why I say $500 is because somebody asked, do I do business all over? Yes, I have clients all over the US. Floyd Houston is in the building. Hey, Floyd, how are you doing today? The reason why I say 500 is because I have clients that are on the West Coast, in the Midwest. I have clients in Hawaii. I have clients all over. And to start a business in each state is a different price. So the first thing that you're going to need, I say $500, is out of that $500 you're going to need is to create a limited liability company or a C Corp or S Corp. Now, in order to do that, on average, the average price is around $200 to $250. On the low end, it's even $50 if you are a veteran. In some states, it's $50 to start a company. On the high end, like if you're in Delaware and you're California, then it's going to be like all of that $500. Just being very candid with you, it costs to be the boss in certain states. But the average price, the general median price, is going to be around $250. So out of that $500, you have $250 to start your corporation. That's it. Start your LLC. You do not have to pay an attorney. All right. When you're enrolled into our course, we actually walk you step by step through the process so that you can actually get your own self incorporated, your own articles of organization and everything. If you are a church, if you are a ministry, you do the exact same process. It's a miscalculated assumption that churches and nonprofits don't need to do the same thing. Yes, you must do the exact same thing. And you can still flip $500 into $50,000 as well as a church. Builds business credit. So let's take it a step further. Let's go a little more because, like I said, I don't have a tremendous amount of time today. I'm gonna do a complete separate video breaking down how to flip $50 into how to flip $500 into $50,000. But so the first thing is that once you have your business set up, you have your website set up, you have your business telephone. In my course, we walk you through the entire process, and all in all, you're gonna need to have at least roughly around $500. Now, if you don't have $500, you're gonna have to get $500. You're gonna have to ask, listen, 5 people for $100. If this is important to you, ask 5 people for $100. Ask 50 people for $10. You know, you can either make excuses or you can make changes, but you can't make both. I know a client of mine that actually got a part-time job doing security for a month just so he could take his whole check to invest into his business. He went and got a part-time job working at night for 1 month just so he can scrape up $500. Now, the $500 doesn't go to me. These are the fees involved for business. I don't want you guys thinking, oh, I'm telling you to go out and do something crazy. No. If you can't afford my course, you can't afford my course. That's not what this is. I'm just letting you know how you're able to start a business when you have bad credit. So let's take a step back. Now, if you do have good credit, you are able to take some shortcuts, right? But this video isn't talking about if you have good credit. There's gonna be a completely separate video talking about how to start a business if you have good credit. This is how to start a business if you have bad credit. Now, there are over 46 people watching right now. I need all 46 of you guys to hit the thumbs up button. Let people know that you are watching this, share this, and then I want you to share this on Facebook and share this on Twitter. Let me know where you've shared this, okay? And I'm going to read these comments, all right? So at the end, if you have questions, I want you to save your questions for the end. I'm gonna answer 5 questions because I don't have a tremendous amount of time. I'm gonna answer 5 questions at the end, all right? So now let's go a step further. So after you have that $500, whether you ask your grandmama, ask your auntie, ask your cousin, you went out and got a part-time job for a month, whether you sold something that you did not need because you believed in yourself, you believed in your dream. Once you have the basic things set up, you now, I was talking to a young lady last night, and she was like, Dean, I want to enroll into your course. I just don't know what type of business to start. What you do with your business is completely separate from the actual business. Let me explain. So this is, let's say for all intents and purposes, this is $300,000 that a lender wants to give me. Prime example, this is $300,000 this lender wants to give me. I can use this $300,000 to go out and buy 20,000 gallons of water if I want to. I can use that $300,000 to go out and buy some cigars if I want to. I can use that $300,000 to go out and buy glasses if I want to. Money is money. The inner workings of your business is not the same thing as running your business. You have to change your way of thinking. When you are going from an employee to an employer, you have to now think like an employer. The #1 best-selling book of all times when it comes to business development, it says that there must be a change within a man before the outer man can ever be renewed. So you have to change your way of thinking. If you are driving a company car or you're wanting to own a limo service, you have to change your way of thinking. If you're driving a company truck and you want to become a fleet owner, you have to change your way of thinking. If you are working part-time as a bakery, as a chef, and you want to own that bakery and own your own thing, you have to change your way of thinking from the chef to the actual owner. If you're cutting grass for someone and you want to own your own lawn maintenance service, you have to change your way of thinking from somebody that's cutting grass to somebody that's getting contracts. So I said all of that to say is that you have to change your way of thinking. Once you change your way of thinking, then you're going to approach things differently. It does not matter. Lenders, banks, they don't care what you do with your money. The only thing they care is if you pay it back. That's it. They don't care what you do with the money. They just care that you pay it back and you make the payment on time. Now, the difference between personal credit and business credit is that personal credit, most of the time, they want to know what you're doing with it. They want to know if there's a lot more restrictions when it comes to personal credit because it's dealing with your person. But when it comes to business, the leverage is tremendous. Like this $300,000 could easily been $33,000. Like for personal credit, I get $3,000 pre-approvals in the mail all the time. $3,000 pre-approval mails all the time. When it comes to business credit, they're able to do something that's called credit mirroring. Most of the time, it's 10 times, prime example, of what you can get approved for, all right? So if you with me, I want you to say with you, all right? So I'm gonna move to the next step, to the next point. Like I said, I don't have a tremendous amount of time. I probably have another 10 minutes, all right? You own it again? Okay, Timor, awesome, good stuff. With you. Okay, Rob says with you. Okay, Rodriguez says with you. All right, Thinker Juice says preach. Okay, awesome. Raymond says with you. Awesome. Okay, you guys are with me. All right. So personal credit versus business credit. Personal credit, they want to know what you're going to personally do with it. Business credit, you can do any and everything that you want to do with it as long as you pay it back, right? Now, this is the secret. Business credit and funding is easy to get, but it's difficult to obtain. I'm gonna say that again. It is easy to get, but it's difficult to obtain. Let me explain what I mean by that. They throw money at you. It's easy to get. The reason why they throw money at you is because they make money by your payments, but it's difficult to obtain because not everybody qualifies. Let me give you an example. I love to give this scenario. Me and my homeboy, we were out celebrating in Buffalo, New York, me and a group of my friends. And we had a friend of mine. This is when velour sweatsuits first came out. Do you guys remember the velour sweatsuits? FUBU was very popular for the velour sweatsuits. We were in Buffalo, New York, and we were going to this very nice club. And they said no athletic wear at the club, all right? They said no athletic wear at the club. And my homeboy, Sheep, he was like, this ain't a sweatsuit, this is velour, it's butter sauce. It was like a cream butter colored velour sweatsuit. And the bouncer was like, I hear you talking, but you can't get in with the sweatsuit. He was like, it ain't sweatsuit, this is velour. And the whole night we laughed and we joked at Sheep about saying, this is velour. And so I said all of that to say, that's what it's like when it comes to getting funding and getting financing. There's no such thing as a common sense loan. There's a such thing as a manual underwrite loan. There's a such thing as an automatic underwriting loan, but there's no such thing as a common sense loan, all right? So I said all of that to say is that you have to abide by the rules. You can't get into the club if you don't abide by the rules. It's easy for us to comprehend on other levels. You cannot get into college if you do not do the admission, if you do not pass the admission process. You cannot pledge Kappa unless you go through the hazing process. You cannot pledge Delta unless you go through the hazing process. You cannot become a doctor unless you do your residency. You hear me? The exact same thing with this. On the video I did last night, there was a gentleman who was wanting to be helpful, and I appreciate him wanting to be helpful. And he was like, "Hey Doc, great video, but don't do this. Don't dispute online, because if you dispute online, this and the third." And I responded to him. I was like, "Thank you so much for watching the video. That sounds really good, but that is not accurate. You have to do this so that you can force the hands of the credit bureaus, so that you can force them under submission under the FDCPA." And so for a novice person that doesn't understand it, things sound good and they look good, but they're not necessarily good. All right. Said the same thing when it comes to this. People will say that it's impossible to get money as a startup. It's impossible. That's not true. If you do the right steps, you can get into the club. They're not discriminating against you. They're not saying you can't get into the club because you're black. They're not saying that you can't get into the club because you're a woman. They're not saying you can't get into the club because you're transgender. They're not saying that you can't get in the club because you're homosexual. They're saying that you can't get into the club because your outfit does not match the criteria. Same thing when it comes to funding. They're not denying you from getting funding because you're a black man or a black woman. They're not denying you from getting funding because you're a transgendered man or transgendered woman. They're not denying you from getting funding because you're openly homosexual or openly lesbian. They're not giving you the loan because you're not set up the right way. That's the reason why in my course I teach you to be set up the right way. So if you don't have good personal credit, you're going to have to go through the process of building business credit because it costs money to make money, right? So now I'm going to teach a separate video on how you're going to flip $500 into $50,000. I'm going to do a completely separate video. But let's say, imagine you took that $500 and you flipped that $500 into $5,000 in a month. Let's say, for instance, you started to get business credit and now you have $5,000 in business credit. Would you be able to start doing the business that you want right now, whether you're doing it part-time, if you had an extra $5,000 dedicated specifically for your business? If you could, I want you to say, I could. If you can't, I want you to say, I can't. And we can talk about that as well, because some businesses you can't do that with. And that's the reason why you might need some more information. So Rob says, I could. Rob says, I could. Shelly, you say I sound like an old pimp. Okay, Shelly, I appreciate that, I guess. All right, Megan 7 says I can. Liz says I could. Timor says I could. Ray says I could. Anybody could. Even if you don't start your business full time. Listen, I started my business as a consultant part-time. I was working for banks. I was working for the banking industry. I wrote my first book. It became a #1 bestseller. I had to quit working for the banks, and I took a regular job for a larger consulting firm just so that I would not have conflict of interest. And I was building up my business credit and building up my business at the exact same time when I was consulting with the trucking industry. Majority of my clients were in the trucking industry for this small consulting firm. The construction industry and the trucking industry were our 2 top clients. And I was working for this company. I worked for this company for 6 months. I hated every single day of working with that company. But I did it. I did what I needed to do. I built up my business credit till I was able to step out on faith, and you guys are able to see me have what I have today. I'm not saying that I got a little more time. I got 10 more minutes. I'm not saying that I am at the top of the world, and I'm thank God that I will be there soon by the grace of God, and the creek don't rise, the old folks say. But I said all of that to say is that if you position yourself, you can do that. I'm going to do a completely separate video. I don't know exactly when to talk about how to flip $500 into $50,000. So if you're watching this, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so when that video drops, I can walk you through that process. But I said all of that to say that you need to be able to build business credit that's 100% separate from your personal credit. So let's talk about it a little bit more. The #1 reason why businesses fail is because they're underfunded. It's harder to get credit when you have bad personal credit. Now, you can easily have good personal credit, and in 3 months, now you have horrible personal credit if you over leverage yourself, which is what a lot of businesses do. Unfortunately, people come to me as a consultant once everything is at its worst. And so that's why my course is so successful, is because I teach people from the beginning how to be stable so they don't see the worst. We have a 98% approval rating as a consultant firm because we know all the guidelines. We know the rules and the guidelines of what the lenders want to see so that you can get pre-approvals of $300,000 in the mail all the time, you know? But I said all of that to say that that what you must do is separate your business credit from your personal credit. The reason why is because, God forbid, unlike Donald Trump, most people don't know this, but Donald Trump had an airline. Donald Trump airline went bankrupt. Did you guys know that? Did y'all know that President Donald Trump had an airline and it went bankrupt? Did you know that Donald Trump casinos have gone bankrupt? No, you did not know that, Rich Raj? Yes. Did you know that Donald Trump had casinos that went bankrupt? Did you guys know that Donald Trump had a school, a university, that went bankrupt? What happens is that these businesses that Donald Trump owned went bankrupt, but Donald Trump himself did not go bankrupt. When you build your business credit, God forbid, if I decide, you know what, I don't want to do DCFI Online anymore. I don't want my Benz. I don't want, I don't want this office space. I don't want this Benz. I don't want the trucks I have. I just want to go live on a beach somewhere and just live. I can completely stop everything right now, shut everything down, file bankruptcy under DCFI, God forbid, and go and be free. And E.DeanCole still has good, perfect A1 credit. because I've separated myself. I can just, matter of fact, I ain't got to file bankruptcy. I can say, F y'all, y'all can take that Benz. F y'all, y'all can take them trucks. F y'all, you want me out this office, you can kick me out this office. F y'all, I'm gone. And never answer a phone call again. The business dissolves. E.DeanCole still walks away 100% scot-free with A1 credit because you separate yourself from business credit, from personal credit. Now, this is a caveat. Personal credit, you can definitely fix and restore personal credit. A gentleman just said that his score is 680 now. Who was that said that was 680 now? And I want to know where they started off at. If you're watching this on the replay, you cannot see the comments because you're not watching live. But I do want you guys to come back and you can watch live. Who was that said that their score went up? I got to make this last point that I'm going to answer these 5 questions. Who was it? I said their score went up. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking for that comment. Ooh. Are there over 62 people that are watching live? There's 62 people that are watching live. Let's get 62 likes right now. I need 62 thumbs up. There's 62 people that are watching live. I need 62 thumbs up right now. Julius, it was Julius that said that his score, he went up to a 660. Now, Julius, tell me where you started out at, Julius. So Julius scores at a 660. And so Julius scores at a 660. He's been following me. His scores got up to a 660. Now, this is a caveat. It probably took about maybe 3 months to get that. With business credit, you can have A1 perfect business credit in 30 days. That's right. From cradle to grave, meaning that I have an idea, I put my $500 into action, and I just use that round number. In the video, I'm gonna break it down a little bit more. But I took that $500 and now I have A1 credit. You get $50,000, $5,000 to $7,500 in 30 days in business credit from multiple different lenders that you're able to leverage and you're able to flip. I had a client, I have a screenshot. Matter of fact, if you go, I'm going to repost this, okay? So if you're watching this, today is September the 18th, okay? Come to my Facebook and come to my YouTube. I'm not Facebook, YouTube. Come to my Facebook and come to my Instagram and look for September the 18th. As soon as I'm done with this and I'm on my way to my next meeting, I am going to post a screenshot of a conversation I had with a young lady. She got approved. She was working part-time. We built up her business credit. She got approved for Dell, and she wholesaled Dell computers on eBay. She got approved for $50,000 with a Dell account, and she has 90 days to pay it back. So anything she purchases on credit, she has 90 days to pay it back. So she would purchase something low end, and every computer she makes about $200 profit. Not a huge margin, but she makes $200 profit on each computer. But now she has $50,000 to do that. So she's able to, you can easily make $2,000 a month, $20,000 a month if you do it the right way. So I'm going to share that screenshot, okay? There's a screenshot, I'm going to share this. This is a live video and I'm not going to edit this video, so I can't add it into the editing because this is live, but come to my Instagram and come to my Facebook if you're watching this on the replay, and look for September the 18th, and you're going to see the screenshot of the young lady where she got approved for that line of credit through Dell. So I said all of that to say that you're able to build a business and start a business. You're not able to become a multi-billionaire with bad credit. You're not able to become a millionaire overnight. When people look at me today and they see me today and they're like, every time I see you, you got on a new Rolex. Like, how many Rolexes you got? Every time I see you, you driving something nice, or you look nice, or you got this nice office space. It wasn't always like that. I was in a barbershop yesterday and ran into an old friend of mine. We used to work in the call center together. I worked in the call center, guys. Guys, I lived out of my car. I've been fired before. I've been depressed before. Oh my gosh, I've been extremely depressed before. So you see me and talking about money making motivation, all this positivity. Listen, this is the character that I've developed over time. And I said all of that to say this: you can do the exact same thing. The only person stopping you from being successful is you. If you don't know it, learn it. If you don't know the person, meet the person. If you don't have the character or the discipline, develop it. I have to start waking up at 5:30 in the morning. I've gotten lazy. My success has made me a little lazy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And I need to lose weight. I look phenomenal, but I'm at 300 pounds. I make 300 pounds look good, baby. You understand what I'm talking about? But I'm at 300 pounds. I don't look it, but I need to lose weight. So I have to start working up at 5:30 in the morning, and I have to start at least walking, at least jogging. I have to. The same energy and effort I put in growing my business, I need to put my body in shape. Will I get six-pack abs? I don't know. I don't necessarily care because I look good either way it goes, but I do want to become healthier. But I said all of that to say this, guys. I just want to encourage you guys, listen, you can start a business even if you have bad credit. The way that you're going to do it is with a business credit. Business credit, it takes 30 days to have A1 credit. Personal credit, it takes 90 days to have great credit. I'm going to answer 5 questions and I got to go. So if you have a question, ask it right now. All right? All right, that's right. Love on yourself first. That's right. Rich Roots, that's correct. Rich Roots, love on yourself. I do look good, Timor. I really do appreciate that. I look great. Thank you so much for that, Morgan. I'm sorry, Margot, forgive me. Testify. I got to testify, Timor. All right, so what is your question above, Siobhan? No, Siobhan, re-ask your question below. All right. You doing it with the help of the Lord? That's what I'm talking about, Margot. All right. How many trade lines for Dale? That's a very good question. Chase and Andrew Jackson, who happens to be a very successful client. For Dale, all you need is 10 trade lines, and you have them. Matter of fact, call me. You should be able to get Dale now. You should be able to get Dale. Call me, and I'm gonna set it up for you. Okay, Justin. Chase and Andrew Jackson is a client of mine. Happens to be Justin Frazier. I'm sorry, Justin Frazier happens to be Chase and Andrew Jackson on Facebook. All you need is 7 and a high trade line, and you have that high trade line. Remember that one company for fuel and maintenance? That was your key into getting over 5,000. They might have played around. Now it's time for you to get above 5,000, Justin. So, and also you have the 20,000 in equipment financing too. And then you also have the tractor company with financing too. So we got to talk. We got to catch up. I know you've been out at the oil fields, and I've been ripping and running out in the Bahamas, but let's catch up. I was going to leave Tuesday, but I pushed back my flight to Wednesday because I have a little bit more to do because I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. But tonight, Justin, let's catch up. Let's catch up, Justin. All right, so that was one question. Is your website in the link? Is your website in the link? Rob, yes. So Rob, if you look in the description below, there is a link. There's a black hand that says Enroll, and it'll take you to DCFIOnline.com/enroll. It'll take you directly to my website, Rob. Second question. Third question is, Cool86 says, I need help with startup capital, Mr. Cole. Your FICO credit is decent. Okay. All right, yes, Oku86, I suggest that you enroll into the course because your boy, I'm not gonna say his name, but your boy just got approved for, I think, $3,000. So Oku86, talk to your boy who happens to be enrolling to my course. So I suggest that you enroll into the course, Oku, and we can definitely get you the startup capital that you need. All right, that's question number 3. Question number 4, do you need business accounts to build business credit? Trucking, that's a very good question. Yes, you do need to have a business checking account. You cannot build business credit without a business account. Now, this is a caveat. Remember we talked about that $500 you need. You take that $500, open up a business checking account. You do not have to have thousands of dollars being deposited into your business account, but you do need to have a business account. It doesn't matter if you have $50 going into your business account. As long as you set it up, you can actually have your regular paycheck going into your business account. That's how I was able to do it. Like I said, I worked for a consultant firm for 6 months before I decided to step out on faith. Once I was able to build up $20K for myself, and I stepped out on faith to do it myself so that I can walk away from banking and finance so I didn't have to worry about any non-compete clauses. But yeah, you can do it. You are gonna need to do it, but you don't have to. In order to open up your business account, all you need is your LLC, your EIN, and a state ID. That's it. LLC, EIN, and a photo ID. All right, and the last question is, let's ask, okay, Siobhan says, when you build up your business credit and your business consists of real estate, when getting commercial loans for apartments complex, do you still have to use your SSN number as a PG instead of just business? That's a very good question, Siobhan. So that is convoluted. So to answer your question, no. So you're going to need your SSN to verify your identity. There's a difference between a credit check and an identity check, okay? To verify your identity, because of money laundering and because of the terrorist laws, when you start talking about large commercial pieces of real estate, they're going to verify your identity, but they're not going to it's not going to be contingent upon your credit score, okay? It's not going to attach to your personal credit. You're able to go through private lenders, and you're able to get commercial real estate that's completely separate. You can get properties to flip. You can flip properties, and it can be 100% in your business name, not in your personal name, okay? You could take $300,000 to go buy 10 houses. So think about it. If there were 10 houses that was valued at $30,000 a piece, that's $300,000 right there. You don't have to go get a $500,000 house to try to flip it. Don't make a mistake. Don't get a $200,000 house try to flip. You're not gonna make money trying to flip a $200,000 house. What you need to do is you need to get something that's very under dilapidated. Let's say you get something for $75,000 and it's worth $150,000. Don't try to sell it for $150,000. Sell it for $100,000. Make your $30,000 in 45 days and walk out, and then move on to the next one. So I said all of that to say that no, they're going to need to verify your identity, but as far as verifying so that it's contingent on your credit, it's not contingent on your credit, but because of the money laundering and because of the anti-terrorist and the Patriot Act, specifically it's called the Patriot Act, they're going to have to verify your identity, but you're still able to get commercial real estate, and you're still able to get investment property without having to verify your social for the purposes of having good credit. But they are going to have to verify your identity. There's a complete difference. One of my favorite credit unions, they'll give you up to $60,000, 100% in your business name, but they do a check to verify your identity, but it never shows up on your personal credit. All right, but it's 100% business credit. All right, I have a lender right now that will go up to $150,000. They make sure that you have to have a 680 score. They verify and check that you have a 680 score, but guess what? It does not show up on your personal credit. It's 100% separate. They verify that you have a 680, meaning that it shows that you're able to have money management purposes, but it doesn't show up, it does not attach to your personal credit at all. It's not a personal guarantee. So PG stands for personal guarantee. There's still some lenders that are going to check your credit to see that you are worthy of paying it back, that you're able to manage that type of debt. Because if I were to, prime example, if I was to give if I were to give my daughter right now, my daughter's 9 years old. If I would say, baby, you know what? You want a Benz like daddy? Okay, I get you a red. When your favorite color is pink, I get you a red. Want pink interior? Okay, I give it to you. She's 9 years old. She gonna wreck the car because she don't know how to drive it. Because I need to make sure that she qualifies. You understand what I'm saying? The exact same thing with some lenders. A personal guarantee is separate also from underwriting guidelines. There's some lenders that as long as you have a 680 score, they will give you up to $150,000 if you have a legitimate business. But it's not in your business, it's not in your personal name, but they do verify. And this is the caveat. Somebody just said that their score just hit 680. Julius, his score just hit 680. That's why in my course, I give you guys for free, and I'm about to go. I got to roll because I cannot miss this appointment. And if you guys want to know where I'm going, I'm about to go look at a condo. So I am going to vlog this condo. You guys know I went and looked at the mansion. The loft did come back on the market, but it got taken again. Somebody else got a different loft, and I wasn't 100% crazy about it because it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same layout as the one that I originally liked, so I wasn't 100% on it. It has been that one was available for over a month. They dropped the price last week, and so I was like, well, they dropped the price. Let me look at it. But my realtor today told me that it was gone. So I'm about to go look at this condo. I'm going to move. I don't know if I'm going to move in Atlanta. I don't know if I'm gonna move in Chicago. I don't know if I'm gonna move in New Orleans. I don't know if I'm gonna move to California. I don't know, but I do know that I'm going to be moving hopefully in October. I feel like I need to move in my spirit, but I just don't know where. But I'm about to go look at this condo, come back tomorrow, and the vlog should be up, and I'm about to go and vlog this condo, and you guys tell me what you guys think about it. But listen, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Listen, the only person stopping you from being successful is you. There are over 63 people watching right now. Before I leave, can I get 63 thumbs up? Can we get the thumbs up to match? Or are the rest of the people just haters? And if you are, that's fine. It's okay. If you're a hater, I need to see a thumbs down. So come back to my Instagram. Link will be in the description. My Facebook is in the description. You will see the screenshot of the young lady that got approved for Dale. Justin Frazier, chasing Andrew Jackson. I'm sorry, I'm saying your whole name. My bad, dude. I apologize for that. Andrew, I'm tripping. Message me tonight. We're going to talk about you being there because I know some stuff that you used to do with arbitrage. And thirdly, the person that wanted to know, yes, you can enroll into the course. The link is in the description. I am going to be on the West Coast for 2 weeks doing training. I will be outside of my office setting. Keenan is at the front desk. Michaela is up to speed. She's Jamaican. She's a sweetheart. Nigel is back in town. Nigel went out of town. So the support team is there. I'm about to go to the West Coast, do some training, knock some projects out, finish some things. I'm still going to be doing lives, but I'll just be in a different setting. And I'm going to be out of pocket a little bit. But listen, the only person stopping you from being successful is you. Every closed eye ain't sleep, and every sleep eye ain't closed. Go get them. Success is waiting for you.